syndicators in your local market. You don't need money to do deals. You don't even need to find your own deals. I guarantee you can either jump on somebody's syndication. Okay, I'll give you an entire list of guys that are doing syndications that I like.
Yes, and syndications are terrible. They can be really bad. There's a handful that can maybe be good, but you're probably not going to run into them. In general, I love selling to syndicators, to be quite honest. Syndicators are hungry. They say, we got all these people that are willing to put money into our fund, and so they got to look for property. And guess what? They go out and they buy property that's full value. I mean, they pay full retail for it. And the reason being is because as soon as they buy that piece of property, your money as an investor in the fund, your money's gone. It's used. Now, your money may be gone for 10, 12, 15 years, maybe forever. The motivations for a lot of these syndicators and funds to buy property isn't, like Grant said, you can buy a property and not make money on it. He can make money on a property that's not worth what he paid for it because cash flow, right? But it doesn't do you any good. So the problem with that scenario is that you have people that are looking to buy property. They'll pay full retail for it, which means you're not, day one you're buying it. It's nothing. You just converted your cash into an asset that's worth the same. And then when interest rates go up like they have recently, I don't care if it's an apartment building or anything else, apartments really get killed. Apartment value's gone down. So I think if you got in one of these funds, you bought one of these apartment buildings, you're upside down if they paid full retail. And now if they bought it way under market, that's a different story. But I don't think that's the case. Why would you take other people's money to buy an asset far under market when you could negotiate it yourself and just assign it to someone, or wholesale it, as you guys like to call it? So let's keep watching.
From Houston to Harristown, Pennsylvania. It's all over. Los Angeles to Detroit. I know people all over the country that are buying real estate, and some of these places, they're making fortunes, okay, buying real estate right now. Syndicators in your market that are doing deals will also be and have access to money to lend to you on a deal. I know guys that are getting deals done right now.
Oh yeah, syndicators just love to loan money.
With 100% financing. They get the senior debt, they get a secondary debt, a bridge debt, and then they get another little tiny piece for maybe friends and family, okay? Now, I told you I'd give you five, I'll give you five, okay? The fifth way to do a deal with no money down is to know a guy like me. I'm looking for real estate. If you find a piece of real estate, 200 units or bigger, in a market that's growing, positive migration, okay? I know you, I trust you, I know you can manage that deal. I'm happy to fund the deal. There's plenty of guys like me, guys and gals, families, family funds, wealthy people, wealthy families that have tremendous money that you can go to. If you know them and they trust you and you have a great deal, they will fund it for you. That's one of the things we'll be talking about.
So let me just tell you that, again, there's half-truths in here and everything else. First building I bought when I was 19 years old. I paid $110,000 for it. It was an industrial/commercial building. It had kind of a commercial facade and an industrial facility in the back. Well, I found another building that I could buy for, I think, $170,000. I figured it was worth about $225,000. I couldn't buy it. I was 19, 20 years old, something like that. I got it tied up. I agreed. I found the deal, right? I found the deal. And I always tell you, this is true. You find a deal, you can find somebody else with money to buy it. I did in that situation. I found a building worth $225,000. I tied it up where I said I would buy it for $170,000, and I got a hold of my old boss, John Brooks. Rest his soul. Nice guy, great guy, really, really fantastic businessman. Anyways, so he came out and he come look at the property and he says, oh yeah, hey Tommy, this is a great deal. And he goes, but I don't want a partner. And I'm like, huh? And he says, how about I just give you $20,000 and I'll buy it without you? And I was like, oh, that's a fantastic deal, John. And so that's what happened. He gave me $20,000. He took my position on it. We call that an assignment. You'll learn about that in my class as well. And basically, listen, if you find a deal, that's how I stumbled upon what you guys call wholesale, I call assignments, and I've been doing this since the 80s, is I found my first property, went to find a partner, bought it with a partner, and then after that, the partner said, hey, I don't want to sell it. I said, well, then buy me out. And he gave me half of the equity that we had in the property together. That was $7,500 on that first one. And then later on, like I say, I found a bigger deal, and then it was like, hey, Tom, rather than we buy it together, I'll just give you 20 and I'll take it by myself. Fantastic deal. So finding money is easy. It's finding the deal is the tough part. So he is right about that. One thing that I really am out for here is you Grant Cardone students, happy or unhappy, I want you to come to my seminar. I want you to get my free webinar. Go to my webinar, go to the seminar. Finding money is easy. Finding great deals, that's hard. And that's why I teach in my book how to make money and maintaining the control yourself. Very, very important. You get a copy here at Amazon, Audible, and Kindle. Kindle. You can go read the first couple chapters for free, I think, at any of those formats. At least the last thing you want to do is take equity out of your home, pay 4 or 5% interest on that money, and then put it in a fund and get the same or less return from that fund and have your money tied up for all those years. And the equity in your home, by the way, tied up for all those years. It's terrible. Think about that. Then you want to upgrade your home. You go to sell your home. Now you got to pay off that second. That was maybe the HELOC that you used to the fund, and now you're $50,000 short of being able to invest it into something bigger and better for yourself and your family. So, anyways, you can see I am not a big fan of this type of approach, or a big fan of Grant Cardone for this reason. I think that he's not making the money the same way. He's utilizing your money so that he can take a piece of you, the profits that would otherwise be yours if you had bought property without him. And that's what's no good. That's what I really, really don't like, is you don't need to partner with somebody so big and have your capital tied up for so long. There's so many much easier ways, and you're not going to get rich doing that. Just do the math on that. Even if you got 15%, which I don't know anybody that's gotten those kind of profits that they've alleged that they can make, even if you got 15%, listen, you take $100,000 and you make $15,000 a year on it. Let's just say for 10 years. That's $150,000 in 10 years. I mean, that may not seem like peanuts to you, but it's peanuts. It is peanuts. You ain't gonna get rich. You can take $100,000, you can turn it into $1 million. You can buy a single piece of property and buy it under market and make $300,000 on the day that you bought it. With that, $100,000 being 10% down, or on 500,000. Got Liam in the class. He just bought a building for 700,000, sold for $1,060,000. So he made $360,000 on it. And also in the class, Eric, he made 700,000. So, anyways, sign up for the free webinar. Go to the links below or go to FlipAnything USA that you can go click on the webinar, sign up for that, you're in. You can sign up for the mentorship survey. Really urge you, if you sign up for the mentorship survey, you'll end up getting a direct contact from me. And like I say, I don't have a sales force. I don't have a sales team, to harass you and call you. You're going to get a call from me or nobody. That's it. I've never had anybody call for me. Let me put it that way. So you will hear from me if you fill out the mentorship survey. If you get in the webinar, you can see me face to face. We'll be in a giant Zoom, and you can ask questions directly. Bring your best questions. Ask the questions like I tell you, the kind of questions you should ask anybody. You should never trust anybody. Say, show me what you have done. Show me a property. Show me an apartment building you made money on. Show me a house you made money on. Show me, an industrial building you made money on. Show me a commercial property that you made money on. These are the kinds of questions that I encourage you to ask others, because these are the kind of questions I would expect you to ask me that I can back up and I can show you millions of dollars of profits. And that's what you want. You need a relevant mentor, and that's what I am. I'm a relevant mentor, meaning the things that I teach, the properties that I buy, are the same properties that you would buy. I just buy more of them than you. I buy houses. I just bought last 3 purchases, 460, 300, 297. Okay, those are the last 3 houses that I bought. I bought some buildings that cost in the millions too. But what I'm trying to tell you is, there's more houses than anything else. Just think about when you're on the road and you see all these cars around you. Guess what? Every one of those cars is going to go home and park in either a carport or a garage or on the street in front of an apartment. Those people, everybody's got a place to live. Everybody goes, all those cars also go somewhere to work. So there's a building or a retail center where they work. There is a fantastic inventory out there that never depletes. You can make a fortune in real estate. You just have to ask the right questions. If you're going to have a mentor, it will shortcut you. If you have a credible, good mentor, if you have a scammer talking to you, he's just going to feed you full of bullshit, and you're going to be out of your money. And I don't want that for you.